Hello, this is part 2 of what I've learned through traveling and doing e-commerce and the mindset course. I want to remind you that a lot of people would charge some money for this, hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Obviously, this is free. I also want to let you know, and I'm sure you're fully aware, that people don't fully grasp and take serious the situation because it's free and there's no risk since they didn't pay. But trust me, every lesson that I'm about to say today is very important. Now, if you didn't go watch part 1, please make sure to do so. It all correlates and all makes sense once you watch it all together. So if you didn't, pause this video and go back to watch part 1. I want to start off by saying that face a situation fearlessly and there's no situation to face. It's funny, I actually posted an Instagram post and this was my caption because it really resonated with me. It hit hard. Because remember, if you're fearless, if you don't have fear, there's no situation to begin with. If you're not bothered by a situation, there is no situation to begin with. All the situations that we face are all in here. So remember, if you face a situation fearlessly, there's no situation at all. Man should only use his words for 3 purposes: to heal, to bless, or prosper. Now I know we all get caught up in negative thoughts, we demoralize, are jealous, hate on other people. But remember that our words are more powerful than we can ever imagine. So it's very important to keep in mind that your words should only be used for the 3 purposes: to heal, to bless, and prosper. Now, one is often cured of his faults by seeing them in others. Just like how this channel, a lot of people learn through seeing other people do it. So remember that everyone is a teacher, and that's another lesson coming up, that you can see and learn a lot from other people. Now, it is man's divine right to have plenty, more than enough. I remember when I first started, I had these big ambitious goals, but I doubted. I thought, did I deserve it? I felt greedy. I felt selfish. But in reality, it is our divine right. God has put us here on this earth to have plenty and way more. Remember that. I know we can get caught up in hesitating to ask for more, but it is our divine right, and He wants us to stand there and ask for no less. I got goosebumps again. I get goosebumps for every single one. For man can only be what he sees himself to be, and only attain what he sees himself attaining. Now, I don't think that's an issue for most of you people watching, but a lot of people are scared to even dream or to say or reach high ambitious goals because they're scared they're not going to achieve it. But like we said, if you picture yourself working at a fast food restaurant, you won't be a billionaire. You need to see yourself, because you will only achieve what you see yourself achieving. Now this one's very important. There's always darkness before dawn. Now one may ask, how long must one remain in the dark? And the answer is until one can see in the dark. Goosebumps. And by doing that, you should cast your burdens and enable to see in the dark. Now what does that mean? Before the light, before the prospering, before the wealth, before the freedom, health and happiness, there's always dark. We all go through the dark stages, and I'm sure a lot of us are there right now. But always the question is, how long? How long do I have to stay here? How long will it take? And the answer is until you can see in the dark. And the way you see in the dark is not by casting burden on yourself, but cast it on a higher power. And this is another thing that completely changed my belief and my mindset for better. Where I doubted myself. I had fear because I was putting, the question is, am I capable? Am I able to do this? But that shouldn't be the question. I believe that there's a higher power. You want to call it God, Jesus. But some higher power is watching over me. And that same higher power created this earth. He is fully capable of fulfilling any little desire. To him, it's a little desire that you have. When you start putting your trust in this higher power, you will see your doubt drop drastically. Because the question is no longer if you, a human, can conquer or be able to face a situation. You are believing and having and knowing that this higher power, whose powers that you cannot comprehend, is with you, looking over you, and is able to conquer anything. Because he created this whole earth. That really was another mindset switch for me. Now the student must remember also not to despise the day of the small things. Invariably, before a demonstration comes a sign of land. Now a lot of us are very short-visioned. We see the day-to-day, the week-to-week, even the month. And we look and we don't see any progress. We see, or maybe a little bit. And it demoralizes us. But you look in the grand scheme of things, and you actually realize there is huge progress. But remember that the day-to-day things are the most important. They always talk about your daily habits, daily actions, your daily mindsets. Those add up and multiply. Because remember, when Christopher Columbus was searching and traveling to search for the Americas, he didn't just close his eyes and wake up and was on the land. He saw it from a distance, small. So remember that the demonstration, something small, comes before the big thing. So your day-to-day is very important. Don't despise it. Now, we talked about fear in the first part. But again, we have fear's misdirected energy. And it must be redirected or transmuted into faith. Now, how can I come over fear? By walking up to the thing you fear. Again, goosebumps. It's very important to understand. Picture your fear or any obstacle that you're fearful of as a single object. If you run up to it blindly, it will beat you the fuck up. If you run away, it will chase you. But the way to overcome it is to walk up to it slowly, stand and face it. A lot of people tend to look at something they're fearful of and avoid it or run away. But you will not overcome fear by doing that. You will overcome by walking and facing it. Because you show that it has no effect on you whatsoever. You're not bothered by it. You overcome it by standing right in front of it. Man should also watch himself hourly to detect if his motive for his actions is fear or faith. Now remember, our actions are guided by only two powers. Only two. It is either fear or faith. So you should be looking at your actions minute by minute, hourly, every single day, and decide and analyze, is this action derived from fear or faith? If it's from fear, you need to change. Only faith will bring you everything that you want. Your actions need to be guided and directed by faith. Also remember that you can never receive what you have never given. This is something that I truly believe in. If you want wealth, you have to give wealth. If you want happiness, you have to give happiness. If you want love, you have to give love. I truly believe if you're not a giver, you will not receive. Giving is the most important part. No man is your enemy, and no man is your friend, but every man is your teacher. From the richest man in the world to the homeless man on your street, you can always learn and will always learn something from him. Either good or bad, whatever it is, you will learn something from each and every single person. So no man is your friend and no man is your enemy. They're only your teacher. So every time you're faced with a situation with another person, it's usually an enemy. Look at it as, what am I trying to be taught right now? What is he trying to teach me? Man often suffers loss through the lack of appreciation. We all strive for wealth, but we forget that, are we not wealthy right now? We're alive, one, we have clothes on our body, food to eat, a bed to go sleep on, friends or family to love. That is wealth right there. Remember, you need to appreciate everything that you have. Don't let it slip over your head, because then you will suffer loss. Money is God in manifestation, as freedom from want and limitation, but it must be always kept in circulation and put to the right uses. I do believe in that. I don't think you should hoard your money, and I don't think you should spend your money stupidly. But like we said, money is God in manifestation, and it should always be in circulation. It should always be moving, put to the right uses. I've experienced that when I had to buy my course for my mentorship. I put it to the right use, and I had great benefits for that. Because remember that money in itself is good and beneficial, but used for a destructive purpose, hoarded and saved, or considered more important than love itself, brings disaster and disease, and the loss of money. Money is a double-edged sword. A lot of people have this idea that money is bad. I don't think that's an issue for you, but money could be used for bad. If it's hoarded or saved, or deemed more important than love. Remember, money is a tool, not a fulfillment for your purpose or desires. So remember to use money for good, because if not, it'll either bring disaster or disease and the loss of money itself. That will be it for today. I want to try to keep these as short as possible so you can fully grasp the idea of each and every statement or lesson. Please make sure, if you found one valuable lesson, to drop a comment and tell me which one was your favorite, which one impacted you the most. I did say a few, but there's always one that hits us. And like I always say, I'm trying to grow the best, most tight, and most authentic community. And I know sometimes people don't like to share, but it's very important to share with like-minded people, because not only will myself answer your comment, but other people will. And it's good to connect and talk about it. If you even just follow one, if you even just took one of these few things that I've mentioned today, I promise you, your life will change for the better. And that's where I'll see you at the top.